What is up, guys? It is the Real Hayden here, coming to you at 7:39 in the morning on, what is it, Wednesday? Does anyone else remember when vape culture peaked in like 2019, like that era, like what that felt like? Like it was a fun time, man. Me personally, I didn't start vaping until 2018, but I want to say around 2020 is when vape culture died, maybe late 2019. It used to be great. Like, I started off personally on mods, then I moved to Salt Nick, and then they started doing a lot of bans and stuff, particularly when they made it to 21 where you got to buy stuff. I was able to buy products for a year and a half from the time I was 18 till 19 or whatever, 19 and a half, whatever. Able to buy products 21 plus, and that which it would become 21 plus. Was able to buy those for a while, and then I got cut off from it because they changed the laws. It seemed like everyone switched to disposables, and now like people still vape, but like it's not talked about. It's not really a culture. Got that drag, Vaping, Nano, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it definitely peaked, man. I miss the days like when I first started. The first vape I ever owned was this Prince stick. It was a green version of it. I owned a couple of LED vapes. Those were always cool to have. I had this Schmock Fit. That was my first like Salt Nick device I ever had. It was called a Fit. It was a little Schmock device. It was red. And I used to get this juice called Brella Salts Cherry Lemonade. But here we are all these years later, post-COVID and all these other things, and vape culture just seems to kind of have been a thing of the past. Here I am still in 2025 getting buzzed off Salt Nick, this drag nano device, which yeah, damn, I look fat from this angle. My goal, I want to get down 100 pounds again. I want to get down to like 260, something like that. That'd be nice. But besides the point, I remember going into vape shops and, you know, you just chill. They had vape competitions. Like, is this still a thing? Like, I was reading a Reddit thread the other day that someone went in asking for an RDA mod, which is like where you build your own mod or whatever. And they didn't even know what it was. The vape shops didn't even know what he was talking about. That just shows you where vape culture is at in 2025. Below a cloud for you guys. I'm not even sure how this video is going to do, but we're just kind of remisking the past. I remember me and my cousin dumpster diving, and I got this little container that I would store all my vapes in back in 2019. I was still on box mods then. I switched to Salt Nick because that became the new cool thing in like 2019. And sometime in 2020, disposables became like a really big thing. I used the Alto device a lot in 2019. The Novo. I owned a bunch of different ones. I had a bunch of different mods. I can't even remember the names of those. Salt Nick is still where it's at in 2025. I'm telling you. It's my thing. That's what I love. I love this fucking mod. I bought it off elementvape.com. Yeah, it's cool to just, you know, sit here and relax and hit this shit. Like, it's like almost like the old days where you'd sit in the car and you just hot box and just chill. Me and my friend used to just sit in the car and chill and hot box for like hours. And then we'd get out of the car and let all the smoke out. What are you guys hitting on in 2025? What are you guys hitting on? I got this Nano. I got this device right here. It's called a O Small. It's pretty fire too. But me personally, I don't like disposables anymore because they just taste like bleach to me, and I don't like them. I like feeling like I own my shit. You know what I mean? But everyone had a vape. Everyone was Salt Nicking. Everyone was. Some people would even charge to refill pods. Those people. I mean, I had this dude give me free Wendy's one time because I refilled his vape pod, which is pretty funny, with juice. And in 2025, when you walk into a vape shop, it's like people don't really know what the fuck they're talking about. I walk in there looking for some salt nick, and I can't even see. Can anyone else relate to this? I can't even see like what flavors I'm getting, and I end up spending $15 to $20 on a bottle, and I might not even like it. And most vape shops don't do returns or exchanges or anything like that, and especially after you've already opened the box. Used to have a mod called the Schmuck Infinix or whatever it was called. I've had so many vapes. I had a Schmuck Nord at one point. I didn't really care for that. I didn't like the whole button thing. I thought it was too bulky. I love these. I had the original mod of this, and I just recently bought the second version. I had it in 2020, actually, in summer of like June 2020. And I just love the way they rip, man. They just rip so hard. Here's the one I'm using right now. It's like watermelon lemonade monster. Such a great flavor to use. But I'm not sure what really killed it. I don't know if it was the laws, the regulations. I'm not sure exactly what it was that made vape culture just kind of fall off, die out a little bit. I feel like it's a combination of both. You don't really see, it's not really a culture anymore. People do it, but there's no culture to it. Almost like no personality with it anymore. It used to be a fun thing. The Juul, I still like the Juul. I had a Juul not too long ago. Juuls are still fun. Juul mods. Juuls, I like those a lot. I always liked the silver version when I would get it. Yeah, it was fun being able, when I turned 18, being able to buy vapes finally. And then I turned 18 in August 2018. And then January 2020, they changed it to 21. So I had to wait till August 2021 before I turned 21. So I had to go like a year and a half trying to figure out how to get this shit. Almost 2 years. It was horrible. Horrible. I had to find people to buy it for me. Mostly the tobacco and vapes, the Indian shops would come in clutch because they'd sell to you. But I remember back in the day, like when I worked at Burger King around this time and Sonic, we'd always exchange vapes, ask to hit each other's vapes. It was fun. Like, I had a friend hit me up and he was like, yo, you trying to, a friend at the time, yo, you trying to come over and vibe and just hotbox vape and shit. That's something you would never hear nowadays. People would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you if you said something like that? I even thought it was a little weird then that he said that. But, yeah, man, I feel like sometimes you remember vapes better than what they were, because I've revisited some old things and didn't like them as much. Mostly disposables, but you really take the time to relax and chill with it, like it becomes a vibe again. I started off watching this dude named Austin Lawrence in 2018. He was kind of like, he paved the way, honestly, for a lot of the tricking and shit, but he kind of got fired essentially from YouTube. He claims because of the laws and regulations and shit, so he had to make a whole nother channel. He did a lot of vape tricks. He's where I learned a lot of the vape tricks I can do from. But yeah, Austin L. I started vaping in June of 2018, right after I graduated high school in June 1st, 2018. Around like June 20 something, I vaped for the first time. I went on a camping trip with my friends, a few friends. One of them offered me to hit his vape, and at first I said no, because I had never inhaled smoke in my life at this point. I was 17, almost 18 years old in June 2018. I was turning 18 August 28th, but I did that, and he let me hit it, and I was just like, yo, that's a whole different feeling. Like, I love that. So I would start sneaking my mom's vape that she had, and I was too scared to do nicotine at first, so I ended up ordering nicotine-free cotton candy juice. Then my little brother, who's like 8 years younger than me, stole it and went and showed it to my mom, and that's kind of how my mom found out. But so then I ended up getting a Prince stick. That was my first mod I ever actually owned, a green Prince stick. and I would trade a lot. I ended up trading it for this LED vape from my cousin, and it was just fun. I like the. I would also hit like those blue e-cigs too. I tried those recently. I didn't really care for them like I did back in like 2020. But some of my favorite flavors I've ever had: cherry lemonade, Brella salts. I miss that flavor. That was great. I've never had a pink lemonade juice, but I've tried the disposables. They're good. I like this watermelon lemonade. I didn't like it at first, but I'm really starting to like it. I also have this like blue raz peach flavor, and I'm not the biggest blue raz fan, to be honest with you. I don't like the way it tastes. But what happened to vape culture, man? This shit used to be. I knew somebody that had like their name and shit programmed into a mod. Like when they would cut it on, it would say their name and shit, which was pretty cool. You had this TikToker I watched in like 2021 named Austin Unique or whatever. He would post videos of him working from a vape shop, and he would be trolling, saying he'd ID everybody and shit. He blew up on TikTok, then he kind of fell off after he quit that job. But where's vape culture? Why does these vape shops not know anything about vapes when you walk in there? They don't know the best juice. They just try to point a flavor that they don't even know anything about. You buy it and it's not even good. They don't know anything about it. They're just trying to get you out of their shop. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like a lot of people have quit vaping also, which isn't a bad thing. It's kind of, you know, to me it's better than cigarettes for sure. But I'm just sitting here yapping. I got some time to kill. But yeah, I don't know what happened to like the culture of vaping. People would do tricks. I knew this. I had a cousin that could do like a jellyfish. People don't really do that anymore. Like it was really a culture, man. It really was. I want to say like 2016 to about. I want to say it died in like 2020. It peaked in 2019. I don't know what I should title this video. Vape culture peaked in 2019, or how vape culture died. One of the two. Those are both pretty cool titles. But yeah, man, I used to be able to inhale a lot more with it. Like when I had my box mod, back in like 2018, I used to be able to suck that shit down and fucking inhale it. Now I would gag like a motherfucker. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below, what you guys think. This was a 13-minute yap sesh. So if you guys like my video, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's grow the channel. Peace out.